I like this one. This right here. So what people don't understand is it's going to be a lot of people talk about we got a migrant crisis in New York, but what we're going to have a 304 migrant crisis, meaning meaning you got girls that have been piped out by every dude with paper in their city, and they're not trying to date no regular dude, so they end up moving from city to city, from coast to coast. Nah, but they end up moving from town to town, looking for Chad to save them. And what they're going to end up doing is they're going to try to look for farmers. This is their plan, mind you. Just take a listen. Just take a listen.
But I have my hinge set to the Midwest because I am over the dating pool here, okay? I've exited the chat. I checked out a long time ago. I set my hinge to a town where the population is like 800 people. And let me tell you, it's the best thing I've ever done for my dating life. Like, stop trying to date the finance bro. You want to date a farmer. You want the kind of guy that can drive a tractor, milk a cow in 5 seconds, and will kill a bear for you with his bare hands. Stop wasting your youth talking to the balding guy who works at Morgan Stanley. Start dating Stu who works at the ranch and get your ring within 6 months of dating him, okay? We are playing No More Games 2024. I'm based in New York, but I have
modern day scam artist. This is a scam artist. She is a scam artist because she sets her dating stuff at the at these rural places, and they're gonna think she's a queen, but she's really got passed around like homework by the finance bros, right? And now she's bitter off that. She's like, nah, I want a trad dude that's gonna take care of me and treat me like the queen that I am. You know how those white girls be like. Oh man. Yeah, she said she should ring in 6 months. Yeah, like 304s, they be impatient. This is how you know they on the scam too. Because it's a lot of women like now teaching women like, oh, if he don't give you a ring in under a year, he's taking advantage of you. Like that's what they're teaching them now. That's what they're teaching them now. So this is how you know you're dealing with a female scam artist if she's literally pushing for you to put that ring on her, or all of a sudden, oh, this wedding dress will look nice on me. You know how women do stuff like that, and you're just like, that's really the red flag right there for you to run. But as long as she's giving up the punani, he's like, well, might as well keep her around. That's how it be. But let's analyze this video one more time here.
I have my hinge set to the Midwest because I am over the dating pool here, okay? I've exited the chat.
And mind you, this is the New York dating pool. The New York dating pool is the wild, wild west. Straight up. You know what I mean? And she's going to bring up something about the finance program.
I checked out a long time ago. I set my hinge to a town where the population is like 800 people. And let me tell you, it's the best thing I've ever done for my dating life.
Yeah, so she's talking about somewhere from probably upstate New York or somewhere in Connecticut. She's taking a train ride. It's a train ride away.
Stop trying to date the finance bro. You want to.
So the reason why she says stop dating the finance bros is because what happens with the finance bros have options. And not only do they have options in the dating pool, they have options in the what I would call the underground world, meaning a lot of finance bros, they deal with escorts on the regular. So if you're going on a date with a finance bro, that whole thing about keeping the punani hostage, that's not going to work on him. If you don't impress these people, like to really impress a finance bro, you really got to be coming with something, especially in today's age. I saw a video of a girl. She video recorded herself, her dating a finance bro, a quote unquote finance bro from New York, and he basically broke her down like she was nothing. He was like, "Oh, so you model, right? So, what do you work with? You model for Vogue?" So, well, she was like, "Well, I'm just a model." Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, you're not a model. What else do you do?" And she had nothing to say. And she was like, "Yeah, you're not impressive. It was nice talking to you. Oh yeah, I got the bill, but yeah, you can just get out of here." I'm talking, especially today's finance bros. They not even, especially now because a lot of them deal with escorts. So you got to come up with something else. You got to come up with something else to impress these finance bros. And what happens? They go to those finance bros and they get humbled real quick. Right? These people that work on the stock market exchange, people that work in those big sectors in New York. Like I done met some of these people. Some of these dudes be making paper, dog. I'm talking about like, wow. I'm like this. I'm talking about real paper. Some of them, they don't even live in New York. They live in like Westport. They live in Norwalk. They live in Stamford, and then they take the train, bro. They live in Greenwich, right? I'm talking about towns in Connecticut, right? Or if they live, especially if they live in New York City, they live in a high rise in New York City. That means these people. That means he or she is making paper. Because those spots are way too expensive. So what happens is you got those girls that think they're a 10 or they think they're the prize, and they meet a finance bro, and those finance bros be humbling them, straight up humbling them. And then they're like, I'm tired of this dating market pool. happened to a girl I knew recently. She was dating a finance bro, and he was a nice dude, but it's just like he told her like you got to quit this music stuff. Anyway, let me not. I'm speaking too much. She might be watching. She might be watching. I got people I do music with. They be watching my shows sometimes. I'll be like, oh shoot. Anyway, that's what happens with those finance bros. Just to let you know. So when they say, oh, finance bros are jerks, it's not that they're jerks. They have nothing to offer. Most women have nothing to offer in today's dating marketplace. And when they meet a finance bro, they get put in their place real quick that, look, I don't got nothing to offer this guy. I can't even put sex on the table like that.
Date a farmer. You want the kind of guy that can drive a tractor, milk a cow in 5 seconds, and will kill a bear for you with his bare hands. Stop wasting your youth talking to the balding guy who works at Morgan Stanley. Start.
So this is why. So right here, this is to me, this is predatory behavior, in my opinion. Oh, so none of the people in New York are buying my stuff. Let me set my dating profile now to Albuquerque, right? Or somewhere upstate New York in a rural area. Like this is like to me, people talk about predators. This is predatory behavior because you got a dude out there that doesn't really know where you're coming from. He can't really do the whole facts on you, the 304 facts on you, the car facts on you, because you out from another planet, basically from where he's from, and he doesn't know. You know what I mean? What you're doing now. If she's really setting her dating profile to the Midwest, like actual Midwest, she's just being fed a dream. You know what I mean? And what people don't understand is even if you're a woman on the working on a farm, like you live on a farm with a guy, you got to do work too. This is what people don't. This is what these ladies don't understand, and this is where guys are going to fall for the trap. Because what today's women, they think that being a stay-at-home mom is just making cookies and fixing the bed and just laying around doing nothing, while the man makes all the money and then she just stays home and she makes some cookies. That's what they think that being a stay-at-home mom is. Like the modern 304s grown up, they have no idea. Like you got to still do work. Like I saw a stat where they show like if you are a stay-at-home mom, you do more work than a single woman. And I believe that because you still got to clean the house, you still got to take care of the house, you got to make sure if you got kids, you got to make sure the kids are ready, you got to keep track if they got field trips, if they got sports, if they got music practice, right? If they got extracurricular activities, you got to make sure you're on the PTA board. All that, it's still work. You still got to work. Modern 304s, they just want to have money come to them without them working, and then have a guy on top of that pays for most of the bills while she gets to keep all her money. That's the plan for most of these 304s out here. And she gets to stay home. Man. He said city folks just don't get it. Yeah, they don't understand how like life on a farm or these spots work. I'm talking about it's the husband, the wife, the kids, everybody's working on the fields. Everybody, it's all hands on deck. This is why, man, like this, man. This is why I hope that men in the country, they see this coming, because these city girls, they just think they're just gonna stay at home and do nothing while he does it. What world does she live in? Yeah, the city folks, they don't get it. Now, I'll say this in my case, because my parents are from Haiti, right? So they've always talked ad nauseum on what their parents had to do, what they had to do, right? So I already had an idea, right? Or then on top of that, I went to school in the suburbs, and they used to even talk ad nauseum. Basically, when you're on a farm or you're in these places, it's all hands on deck. Everybody's got to put their hands to the soil. Everybody, including the kids. Especially if you have a really big property, right? And you got the animals you got to take care of, right? You got the cows, the chickens, right? You got the or if you got some horses, right, in your stable, you like I saw something like you got to make sure that their hooves are cut. You got to, bruh, it's work. You got to work. It's all hands on deck if you're living in these certain spots, especially if you have a farm. They don't get it, man. Shout out to you, Garrett. Oh yeah, clean the kid, like, or say if you're just a regular stay-at-home mom for the average Joe, you gotta clean, you gotta make sure that the spot is clean. You still gotta work. It's just that you're not working for a boss, you're just working for the family. You know what I mean? They think being a stay-at-home, because what they see on Instagram, those stay-at-home moms, but they already have a nanny, so all she gets to do while the man is making like 500K, 300K a year, and they have a nanny, all she literally could do whatever she wants to do. So you'll see them making videos of her making cookies and ingredients and whatever for fun, because they already have a nanny that's already doing most of the work anyways. So they look at those videos on Instagram and they're just like, I want that. I deserve to be treated like a queen. Oh man, buy groceries, man. People man, they think it's easy. He said, Ronald said, I almost fell for it. Some girls from Texas. Yo, you better, it's coming. Anybody that lives in the suburbs or they live in the country, be careful. Those city girls, they because a lot, especially, or you got these girls that were born in towns and then they go to the city and they think they finna kill shit. The city's gonna humbles a lot of people. Humbles a lot of people, man.